All right, here we are. We're in the BGP Lounge with a very special guest. Really excited to have Demarco Jackson here with us. We've gotten to watch a lot of football with Demarco Jackson over the years, and really excited to see him be successful in the NFL. And we're really excited he's here. D-Jack, welcome to the show, man. How are you doing?
Great, man. Great, man. Thank you guys for having me on, AJ and Charles, man. Glad to be here.
Well, it's early, so there's still time for you to regret the decision that you made to come on here. But no, we appreciate you, man, and for John Law for hooking us up. I told Law because yeah, I mean, you obviously, I mean, when you, I guess we could talk about this up front, dude. When you had that game, you're filling in your spot starting and 15 tackles, NFC Defensive Player of
Yeah,
the Week. I mean,
yeah,
we were getting hyped, and then the Bears obviously have this really great season, making it far into the playoffs, and I mean, it's just been great. We like celebrating the success that we see for our fellow Mountaineers. So, man, what
yeah.
has this season been like for you, man?
Man, they call us the cardiac bears, man. You just always come down to the fourth quarter. But man, it's just been like, man, just a joy to play the ball. Like really like homing in on like fundamentals for me this year. But just being able to step into a bigger role than what it was these past couple of years was just big for me. Getting film out there, but then just like showcasing my abilities. And I felt like, man, we had a great run as the Bears, and I feel like Ben Coach Johnson got a good culture brewing up there. So I hope to be back, but we'll see.
Man, that's so cool. I gotta
Yeah.
say the thing about the game against the Packers that stood out to
Mhm.
me the most, and I still think about this, is the guy with the cheese grater.
Oh yeah, yeah, man. I kid you not, man. That's one of the top rivalries. When I like being in the like atmosphere of it, like just that. I don't know, man. It's just like you feel. Hey, calm down, calm down. Sorry, man. It's my. See, he feels it,
He
man.
don't. He feel. Yeah, he don't like the Packers either.
Nah, he don't. But man, just like the energy that you feel out there on the field, like from the players to the coaches, between the teams, like you just know leading into it, it is gonna be like one of them like heavyweight fights, and you just be ready to go.
Man, that's
There's not
awesome.
like a bunch of those like rivalries in the NFL, but I saw Ben Johnson get really excited about. I hate those guys. I hate the Packers. I'm like, you've been here for like a year, so I think about like what is like the front office and the fans sell to players who move around and coaches who are new
Yeah.
about like this is
hmm
this is what's important to us.
I feel like when you become a part of a new team, I feel like you really it's just a time where you just buy into the like if you're a best friend of your brother, they hate somebody, man, they just don't got it out for this guy, and y'all two meet up. What you gonna do? You gonna back your brother or just watch him like go out by himself? And like that's the energy I felt like from the coaches and just from becoming a part of the organization. Like you just feel like the energy when it comes to the coaches getting emotional over at the front office when it comes to talking about it with our owners to everyone. You just feel like this is like important to everybody in the building to get this win. So but yeah, you just buy into that.
Yeah, Charles, that's a really good point because you really, you know, I remember Alex Gray telling me this. This was years ago because he was in the Bucks camp. So out of
hmm
he signed with the Bucks and he was there in the fall. And um, one of the things he said that really stood out to him was, college, especially at the time when, before the portal, college is all rah rah, blood, sweat, tears, go the extra mile, play
Yeah.
a little hurt, and like get up and get fired up for your program, for your school. And he
hmm
said, man, when you get to the big leagues, man, when you get to the NFL, like it's business. Like it is not
Yeah.
as much rah rah. But with the Bears and the Packers, and there's some others like the Cowboys and the Eagles, or these
hmm
old school that have been around for forever and ever. It just doesn't feel like you have as much bite, even among players. So when you see like the handshake between Ben Johnson and Lafleur, like I like that. I think the NFL's better when you have like dudes that don't like each
Yeah.
other and they play.
Yeah, I feel like it just brings more passion out of the game, like leading up into it, like leading into the week, like you're preparing more, man. You're just locking in on the details, even like a little fine bit more of the game planning. But like you just like again, like it's hard to say, but man, when you see that stuff between the coaches, man, as the coach, like the players gonna back behind their
Yeah.
coach and things like that. So it's not hard to buy into, and it's not hard to like say like, oh, it's rah rah. Nah, it's like real. Like both teams know we don't like each other. It's a heavyweight fight, and it's just like we're gonna see who's. And it gets chippy out there on the field, man. I don't know if you've seen that one video of me jumping on the pile, man. I just feel with it like man, I just feel with like just in it, like I was ready to go, but yeah, man, you just feel it though.
That's awesome. Well, let's not get too into what's happening going on right now, because one of the things we like to do, we have players come on, former athletes, really from any sport. We love to talk about how they even got to Appalachia State. We love that stuff, you know. So we know you're from Spartanburg. You shouted out Spartanburg on what was that? So was that Sunday Night Football? Is that what they do? Was that on NBC? The game against
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Packers? Yeah, Spartanburg, South Carolina. So you're from Spartanburg, born and raised in Spartanburg.
A little small town right outside.
Oh, okay. So where'd you go to high school?
Broome High School.
Broome High School. Okay. So
Yeah, it's in Spartanburg County. I stayed right outside a place called Packlet. But yeah.
Packlet. Okay. So what kind of player were you in high school? What position did you play? What was your high school career that eventually led you to get to Appalachian?
Man, so my high school, it's like it was a smaller high school, and it was like one of them things like you go both ways. You play every position. You just do what the coach like you feel in. Like we ran the wing tee, Coach Turner, and started out as a running back. Then I started playing safety. Had a transition from safety to linebacker, and just I would say like I really just started to hit like just a constant flow of playing linebacker, just like prioritizing majority of my play time towards linebacker, but came along and fortunate, man. I had, App State came in my year 2 for me and gave me an offer, and I committed right away.
So you say your sophomore year?
No, so my sophomore year, I had an offer from Furman University, and I committed.
Yeah.
And then the app
You committed to Furman, you said?
Yeah, I was committed to Furman like my whole sophomore year. And I want to say App State came in my senior year, going into my senior year, and gave me the offer. I committed. But then it just came down to, I'll say around the middle of the season, I started playing pretty good ball and got a little bit of bigger opportunities with like SEC, like Carolina, the famous one for South Carolina. And pretty much I had an injury of an ACL in high school, and it kind of had teams back away from me, and took away offers, took away just, scholarships, because I wasn't going to be able to be ready that year how they would see it. And, App State, at first they took away their, they had to revisit it and it's like rediscuss it. But I remember getting a call from Coach Satterfield that night saying like, hey man, we're going to honor it. We'd love to still have you up here. Situations. We hate the situation, but we still believe in you type situation, like type stuff. So it was good feeling that from that App State coaches that they still believed in me. So it just made it even easier for me to come up here.
So you said in the middle of your senior year you tore your ACL?
Yes.
And so I guess that was during a game?
Yeah, man, it was during the game. We was up. It was just a tough situation where I took a helmet to the knee.
Oh.
And yeah, just kind of one of them things. You knew right away, and that season was over.
So when was that in the season? Was that, were you getting close to like playoff time, or is that
man, I want to say it was like after like 6 or 7 games.
6 or 7 games.
You were
building a resume. They were seeing what kind of player you were in your senior year.
Yeah, I was building a resume, man. I feel like I was putting together good tape. It was gaining interest, but I would say, man, God had different plans for me, and that's how I view everything with it.
So how does that situation work out detail wise? So you're playing a football game, helmet to the knee, ACL. How soon before colleges find out? And what would the timeline be from and who tells the coaches? Is it just like announced that like
I can't quite remember, but we was playing a team and I feel like it was in a newspaper or something.
Yeah.
an injury, or they just heard it over like listening to the games on radios. And like, I feel like
Word
sports
gets around.
media, sports media people, like, who was it? Like Rivals,
Yeah.
the different platforms out there, just they spread the word like, hey, injury, so and so. And I felt like that's how it worked, but it was pretty quick. And like, I was trying to go down to South Carolina like that. I want to say that same weekend, and it was just wasn't, physically wasn't able to make it. But then like I just realized that, hey, like that opportunity wasn't there for me no more. So just trying to find
Did they tell
um
you that?
yeah, so like I just kind of knew when the coaches wouldn't answer phones no more from me.
Oh, that's dirty.
Yeah, because it's like a situation where they steady talking to you, trying to get to know you, trying to say like, hey man, commit, 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 like you got it. We want you here, and then when you just don't hear call
And that's
back,
how they
or
told you? They just didn't talk to you?
yeah, didn't talk to me. So then like I remember talking to one of my coaches, like, yeah, I guess they're not gonna honor it. Like, and I'm just like, it is what it is. Like I guess that, that's part of the business. And
Ah, that's kind of
but
a bad way to be, though.
yeah, I mean, I feel like, with these bigger schools, they need players to come in right away,
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's an ethical code to it too,
Yeah, you got to treat a kid
treat
like he's a kid, you know?
yeah. You're right about that. So like, when we played South Carolina, going back there, winning that game, man, it was just like this is a sweet moment, for me,
Yeah.
like where I was at in my stages and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you don't forget.
No, definitely not.
And that was the
I
same
always
coaching
had
staff was there that was recruiting you
Yeah, it was
for the most part.
Muschamp, the Bentley. Yeah, it was just coaches that was there previously. It was the
Yeah.
same ones.
Yeah, they got their piece. They got a piece of it. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
That's
man,
awesome.
that was a big year for us.
And so Sat called you because I don't know how typical that is for the head coach to call. What position coach was recruiting you?
It was Coach Woody, Nate Woody. I think he's in Louisville. Just took the job with Satterfield.
Cincinnati.
Yep.
Cincinnati.
Yeah,
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Yep.
And I want to say it was Coach, not at the time, but Greg Gasparotto.
Yep.
Just linebacker coach in Florida right now.
Yep.
And Scott Salone. He just went to Army. But yeah, man, I just knew these guys. And it was just like, I felt like they were just hardball good coaches, and they just had a way of like being ethical, treating the player more than just a player, like like a man off the field, respect and stuff. And you're able to go a long way with that.
Yeah. I mean, that's great. I obviously, we've had 100 different athletes on here. I can't remember the high school history of everybody. Every now and then you hear a guy like tore something in high school, but I did not know that. I didn't know that you were getting interest from other other programs, and you got an injury, and that's a really cool part of your journey, though. It's a really cool element.
Yes.
So so you get up to Appalachian State. Were you a class of 17? Were you up? Were you and you redshirted your
yeah, rookie year. I don't know what they call it. Say freshman,
freshman year. It's been so long for you. You're an old man now. You're out of the game. And so were you even capable? I know you probably wouldn't have played anyway, just because of how many guys we had on the roster there. But were you recovered at that point and ready to play, or were you still in recovery mode with your?
I think I was still in recovery mode. I didn't feel like 100% myself. It was right on the cusp of like going into the season at 10 months post ACL. So like wearing that big bulky brace and stuff like that. I just wasn't there yet.
Yeah.
But I felt like that rookie season really we call it the D League. Yeah, it really developed me into like, just characteristics, hard work ethic and stuff like that. Like it helped carry me even more into just the stages of transitioning to the NFL.
Yeah. That 2017 class was crazy. There was a ton of really great talent. Malik Williams, Thomas Hennigan, Noah Hannon, there's a lot of dudes that came out of that.
Yeah, I feel like, man, I feel like those early App State days, man, it was just like a different type of guy coming up there, and it ain't no disrespect to the guys there now at all. But, I felt like it was different just by the way, like we came in together and we all just like seen each other at different stages grow together, just from transition from just, beginner level to like expert, you just see guys stacking, like breaking records and stuff, and you just seeing his transition through it. So it was even more special, you know.
Yeah.
You got to realize that was 10 years ago now, almost, and the
Wow.
game has changed completely
Yeah.
from like what it was in 2016 and 2017 when you came in, and even the medicine has changed. Like the rehab for now an ACL is like they're like 9 months, depending on who you
Yeah.
are, what position, go into full running, and it probably wasn't quite that point yet, but it was
Yeah.
closing in on just like short of a year. So
Yeah.
it's a tough, you probably felt like
Crazy.
you were probably like redshirting anyway. But
Yeah, no, I didn't really quite understand like the red shirt and all that stuff. And I was a kid, like you just want to get out there and just keep balling, like
Yeah.
coming
Right.
from high school to college. But it's part of the process. It helped me develop great strength coach that I work with, and it carried over. It was good.
Charles, did you see D-Jack's face when you said that was 10 years ago? I think you just now
yeah,
realized it was 10
it's like,
years
oh my gosh.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It is. Time flew, man. It's just you don't really
Yeah.
realize it, man. You feel like, man, I
No.
just got into the league a little bit,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've been
Just
in it.
left college.
So it's
but I guess-
22 was your rookie year. Yeah, 22 was your rookie year, wasn't it?
Yeah, going into I just finished year 4. Yeah, going into year
Yeah.
5.
Wow, that's unbelievable. So,
Yeah.
did you come in as were they recruiting you for inside, or were they recruiting you from outside linebacker?
Nah, they recruited me for inside. I knew off the bat, like they knew what type of linebacker I was.
Were
based
you
off
already like a
film.
really big guy as a senior?
No, man. So I came in at like 190. I was
Okay.
super small, and 185. And like I would say, like by my time of leaving App State, I was like 230, 235.
Yeah, you pretty stout.
Yeah, so I put on some, again, like I was just in the weight room all the time, like putting on weight with me, with nutritionists, just doing everything just to, set myself up for that transition from college to the next level. Like with preparation with nutrition, film watching, and just like routine stuff.
Who were the guys that helped you along, and who were the upperclassmen that you looked? I mean, Jordan Fair is an obvious one to look at, obviously being the middle linebacker there, but who else influenced you?
Yeah, man. So before I got there, it was I was talking to Eric Boggs and John Law.
Oh yeah.
Them were two just really great guys that helped, just preparing my head for going into college, starting in. And when I got there, man, the locker room was filled with like a great culture of just like toughest grit and brotherhood, what it was built off of, like having each other's backs. So being there with Fair, man, he was just a great role model, just a guy that always does it right type of person. And you just, just a hard nose like ball player,
Mhm.
And I really drew close with Akeem. In my situation, he took me under his wing type shit, and we moved, we became roommates. And then like seeing him work with a daughter at a young age, seeing him grind, it kind of just showed me like, okay, like this is what it takes a little bit. And like seeing him go on to the league, it was just, great to see his transition and his work ethic. So, I felt like it was a big help to just visualizing it.
Have you played against him yet?
Yeah, we played against each other like when I was back in New Orleans.
Okay, that's gotta be kind of cool when you cross App State guys
Yeah.
in the NFL.
Yeah, and I crossed like a couple, man, and it's always good just catching up with them after the games. But yeah, it's always good when you see familiar faces out there.
Yeah, for sure. So when was it that you started getting some playing time? Was it the COVID year? I mean, you were junior, senior was 20 and 21. You had that great senior year. When were you starting to log some time?
I would say probably my going into year 3. Year 3 started being more of like a rotational. 2019, that team,
Yeah.
along with Jordan Fair, Trey Cobb, those guys, and Akeem, started being like, a couple of rotational reps. 2020, that's when I really started stepping in and like full-time play caller, Mike linebacker. And then like the end of 2021, I left out. That was my senior year. Yeah.
Yeah, man, you were all over the place in 21.
Yeah.
That was an underrated team. That was a really good team that not a lot of people talk about. That was like the
Yeah.
last, I think, really star-studded app team. Obviously, the portal kind of like
opened
people
up
going
there.
everywhere.
Yeah,
But yeah, a great season.
definitely.
What were some games? I obviously remember the Miami game. You put TD Roof down there in Miami. We've had a lot of memorable games over the years. Obviously, the 2019 season, there were. Just pick them. Really, we could sit here probably the entire rest of this episode and pick memorable moments of memorable games. But what are some games that stand out for you during your time at Appalachian?
Man, I would say like that. Again, I think that South Carolina game, being able to get in there and start, and I think when being like my first start with Ted Roof, that was just an amazing feeling, just through what I've been through in my journey. But I'll say, man, my senior year, last game at the Rock, being a captain, going out there like senior, like walking out with Coach Clark, like man, it was just like one of them things, like them pictures, you just like kind of like a quick glance shot you always keep, like walking out of the tunnel and just like just the people, the fans we had there. It's just one of the memories I always keep.
That's the game Thomas Hennigan got to bow in the end zone, Charles. We talked about that all the time. T. Henny goes there and he takes a bow towards the west side. Not many guys get to do. It's a skill position, guys. They get to celebrate in the end zone.
They got all the celebrations always.
That's awesome. And you mentioned that you and Akeem were, I guess, roommates for a time. What other guys were you roommates with in college?
Tim Frizzell.
Oh yeah. Outside linebacker.
Yeah. And Knoxville. And then it was what's his name? Flo.
Vic and
JT.
Oh, okay.
Josh Thomas. DB and Vic.
Yeah, and Vic. Man, Vic's roomed with everybody, I feel like.
Yeah, it was a little it was a little summer little thing we had. Picked up a job out at, I want to say, Banner Oak, like some pool club, being a chef for a little bit. So
you were a chef?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Didn't know what I was doing.
Time out.
I was a pool chef.
Hold on, listen.
So is this like hot dogs and fries?
We love food here. Yeah, so we got to talk about what you're doing as a chef. What are you cooking? What are we doing?
Chef, man, I can't go wrong, man. I love good steaks. Steaks is like my go-to. Like,
is that where you were preparing steaks at wherever this was? You said a pool club in Banner Elk?
Yeah, pool club in Banner Elk, but nah, like when I'm at the pool, man, it was just straight burgers, hot dogs, grilled cheese. Like,
was this at a country club? What?
Yeah, country club.
Was it Hound Ears?
That's exactly who it was. Yeah, that's exactly who.
More Fosco than Banner Oak.
Yeah, it's okay. Hey, Hound Ears.
Yeah, man, that's funny. I ain't heard the name in so long. I'm like, where was it? Like, Hound Ears. Yeah.
You've been tackled a few times since.
Yeah, then. I know, man. That was just a glimpse of 2 months of a summer.
So you were out by the pool, at Hound's Ears, cooking up burgers and dogs.
Yeah, man, trying to bring in some extra cash. It was for these NIL days.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
So do you have you talking about grilled cheeses, and we know who got you on the show. I don't know if you're aware of this, but John Law concierge of the grilled cheese.
Did he go through with it?
Oh,
say what?
Wait a minute.
Did he go through with it?
With what? What are you talking about?
Did he get a fruit truck?
He was talking to me like, man, like I got this idea of a famous like food truck, but you sell only grilled cheeses. So that's what I thought y'all was talking about. And he had like all these different like sauces. Like you just gotta give him a little bit of this sauce, that sauce. Put a bacon on it. Like
I thought he was a no sauce guy.
No,
I don't know, but I was just like listening to what he was talking. I'm like, you really trying to do grilled cheese truck? Like I ain't never heard of it. I'm like, might work. Like one of them things that just blow up.
Hilarious. This is why this is so funny. So John came on our show. You know what? This is our 11th season.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was between seasons 1 and 11. I think it was 17 or 18. because he was teaching PE, and he was in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And he came on, and we started talking about food and stuff, and he talked about cooking grilled cheese. And
Wow.
he's a real picky eater, and so this is probably why he was going in. Hey, grilled cheese, yeah, a lot of variety there with the grilled cheese. But Charles, did he say that he was making it with an iron? Is that what he was talking about, or what was he talking about?
There was a lot going on there. There was a lot of grilled cheese talk, and
He went into a lot of detail about his grilled cheese, though.
he
Yeah,
did a
like
lot of
3 years
different
ago.
ways. Yeah.
3 years ago, he was talking to me still about this grilled cheese truck. So I guess it developed a little bit, but it ain't left his mind yet.
And I was just going to sit here and ask you, like, what's your favorite way to cook a grilled cheese?
What is it?
shit.
What is your favorite way?
Man, really just a little bit of cheddar cheese, so like 3 slices of cheddar cheese.
Cheddar cheese.
Yeah, mayonnaise, and throw it on a hot
Mayonnaise.
skillet.
Yeah.
What are
cover
you
it up with a little
where are you
water.
putting the mayonnaise? Are you putting it inside the sandwich, or are you putting it outside?
Yeah, not on the bread, like inside.
Well, I know,
the
but are you
sandwich,
putting it on
cooking
the outside
cooking
of the
it.
sandwich or inside
Yeah.
where the cheese is?
No, inside.
Okay.
Next thing you know, cover it up, spray a little water around it, melt that cheese quicker.
Oh, okay. Let's steam it. Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
See, Charles, go through your process. This is
So-
this is you can take down notes if you want to, DJ.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead, get up in
Is
there.
that thorough?
It's not super thorough, but I have heard of the mayonnaise on the inside, but I'm more of a mayonnaise on the outside of the bread. So the way it caramelizes that crust is different than just doing like butter, because butter burns, but like Duke's mayonnaise doesn't burn, and it has a little bit of a twang to it.
Hey,
And
you might have put me on something. I might have to try that. For real.
once you try it, if you've never had it before, you'll almost like not go back. You'll be like, wow, I've been not eating grilled cheese properly my entire life.
Nah, definitely gonna have to try that, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I can't believe that we found out, a part-time job by D-Jack and turned into connecting the dots with
John Law.
John Grilled Cheese Law.
He was
Yeah.
so offended when you mentioned mayonnaise too. He's like, "What mayonnaise? No, not."
Yeah,
you."
he was-
John Law was like, "No mayonnaise on my grilled cheese." I'm like, "How? How do you not do grilled mayonnaise on your grilled cheese?"
Yeah, that's just like a dry sandwich. Like, I don't know, man.
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
it's
that's what
good,
he
though.
is, though.
It's hilarious.
Man, that is funny. So, do you cook now? Do you like cook at home?
Yeah, man. Gotta find something to do with my time sometimes to get away a little bit. And I feel like cooking is one of them things that just takes my head. Just, love a good meal.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then,
Oh.
so let's pretend. Let's set up a scenario real quick. So, you have a little baby, right? You just had a little kid.
Yeah, daughter, 8 months.
Oh, hey. So my daughter's 8 months too. So we both
Wow.
have little girls 8 months old. There you go.
What
so
day?
yeah. So what?
What day?
May 4th.
Okay, May 24th.
Okay, so yeah, 20 days away. Yeah, so
Yeah.
they're within 3 weeks. That's really cool. So your wife, little girl, they're off for the day, and you just got a hankering to make your perfect meal for yourself. You're cooking for yourself. What
Mhm.
what ingredients are you buying? What are you making for yourself?
So I ain't cooking for the wife.
You are cooking for you only.
Me only.
Yeah, whatever you want. What are you feeling right now?
So like I'll do, man. Right now, what I'm thinking about, honestly, I'll
Yeah.
do like a brat, a
Okay.
good brat on the grill. Then I'm probably gonna make a little queso dip,
Okay.
and then just grub out with a steak on top, little chichira steak, chimichurri.
Okay.
Some special seasonings. But yeah, man, I keep it. I ain't really like with a big size. I'm more like
Meat.
Main
Main
different.
courses.
Yeah. So like I'll like a hot dog, I'll like a burger together, whole thing, steak together, stuff like that.
What's your favorite cut of steak?
Steak. I usually, man, if I go out to Steak 48, I always tell them the butcher's cut. It's a cut like right on the line of the fat that they cut out themselves, like extra, and it just I don't know. I think it's just like it's more tender, and then it's just like you can season it more heavier.
Okay.
But what did you ask? Like, what's my favorite cut
Well,
of
so
the
like
steak?
for example, I mean, some people
I'll
like
say
a
like a
fillet.
good ribeye with a little marble in it, always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to hold some of that juice in and the fat. So, but yeah.
I think you can't go wrong with a ribeye. I mean, that's just I think that's my
Yeah.
favorite. Charles, I don't know if you have an opinion. Of
Yeah,
course
I
you do.
mean,
What-
I
what's
like all cuts of steak, obviously, but I'm a big ribeye guy as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
have
I think.
a little bit of fat in there.
Yeah, I feel like if you just eating a New York strip, it's kind of just like,
It's just there.
yeah, you ain't getting no flavor. You just eating the same piece of
It's
meat
like
over.
if you're gonna eat a New York strip, why don't you just get a fillet and have a good piece of steak, right?
Yeah, that's
Mm.
very true. I see that too.
Mm.
I feel like you get tired with strips.
how's life been with little baby?
Oh man, it's been eventful. Really changing just I feel like when you get a kid, man, it just changes you like not overnight, man. Like overnight, but then just like you just realize your lifestyle changes. I'm like, man, I'd be like, what we doing this weekend, with my wife, and we'd be like, whatever Drew want to do, type situation. But man, just I feel like really just being a dad, focusing in on her, getting away from ball, just seeing her grow, her transition from pictures, her months. It's just been special. I can't imagine anything like that's better than that. Like seeing her transition, to see her just growing into like a beautiful young lady. I don't know, man. It just breaks me down when what's that song? That Tim McGraw song. You're gonna
You've
miss
already lost
this.
me.
You're gonna miss
Yeah.
this.
It's
I-
I know what you're talking
Yes.
about. AJ does not know anything about country music.
I'm
Oh,
sorry,
man.
RD Jack. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Man, you play that song, yeah. But nah, man, just the transition from like lifestyles, prioritizing time with her, keeping
Yeah.
her my wife, and then just finding time to stay focused on ball if it's still in time in the middle of the nights or if it's still in time in early in the mornings while they're still asleep. So stuff like that. But man, it's unmatched. Really just the transition of becoming a father.
Yeah. So since our girls are the same age here, I have two other kids, but this one in particular is little tiny baby. Is your daughter crawling yet?
Yeah, she's crawling and standing up.
Yeah. See, I'm struggling with that right now. We got a little work to do. we got a little work to do on the crawling. We hadn't gotten there quite
Yeah.
yet. We're working on it. She can push herself
Man.
backwards. Can't crawl forwards.
Dog, she is like it's to the point where like man, like I'm realizing like in season I probably see her probably 1 hour throughout the whole week.
Yeah.
1 hour, and it's like just because I be in the building all night long and got to get there early mornings. But right before I put her like we do her bedtime routine together. But what was it, man? Like she was moving. It's like I just realizing how quick she can move.
Yeah.
And we're on the way back from Chicago, and like I sit her down right there, and like I'm watching her. Then my wife, I see her struggling putting the bags up, and like it's people behind. I'm like, you holding the line up? Come on, like hurry up!
Oh, you
hurry
talking
up.
about the plane?
Yeah, on the plane.
Yeah.
So I get up and I start shoving it in there. Next thing you know, I just see my baby fall off. I was like, oh my. Everybody on the plane, you just hear whispers, the baby fell, the baby fell. I'm like, come on. She panicking, crying. My wife take her from me. I'm like, don't make me look like a bad father right now. Like,
It happens to all of us.
Yeah.
We've all had that moment, and so don't think nothing about it. They still gonna learn how to get through it. So
yeah, man. She had a little knot on her head. I'm just like, man. I'm just thinking like, I feel so bad right now. She don't even I ain't even holding her. My wife confident. I'm just like, man, like.
and then you had to be on a plane the whole for just like
yeah,
everybody's
yeah.
looking at you.
Yeah.
He threw her on the ground. I saw it. He took it.
Now I gotta look back and say, it happens. I'm like, man, we about to land and you still thinking about this? Like this happened when we first got on the plane and you take we landed and you want to lean back and talk to me about, I'm like,
Who said
man.
that? Your wife
Just
did?
some random person.
Yeah, that was in the front. They was like saying like, oh, the baby fell. Like in
That's the thing
front of me,
about
I'm
being
like,
on a plane, though. It's like you can be on a plane for 5 hours and it feel like whatever happened on that plane happened 3 minutes ago all the time.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
like, all right. I'm like, man, I forgot about it. I'm trying to move on from it. I don't want to keep
It's
thinking.
it's a terrible feeling the first time you do that. I remember with my I got my oldest he just turned 9, and I remember him being a little baby squalling, and we're young parents, we don't know what we're doing, and I'm holding him in bed as he's trying to get him settled down. I guess I fell asleep. This kid rolled out of my arms and fell right on the floor.
The same thing happened to me, AJ.
Yeah.
It was a couch, though.
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
like, you
man.
woke up, you're like, why is the baby down there?
Yeah, why is he screaming? But fell out, and
Yeah.
I tell my son that's what's wrong with him. I dropped him when he was a little boy, but the floor is
Yeah.
okay.
But
But
you know what's crazy?
yeah.
It sticks with you when you see it, though.
Yeah.
Dog, because like all I picture is just my baby. Like I see her as she's falling, and like her head is going first. I'm like, oh, like I feel like I'm trying to get there, but I can't.
Yeah.
And then I just hit her. I say, dang, like
Oh, man.
I pick her up, like, come on, come here. She just fighting me. Then my wife takes her and she just consoles. I'm like, wow.
Just get used to that, man. You're gonna be many moments on the playground where you look one way, you look over there, and they fell off the monkey bars and they're
Yep.
eating mulch and whatever. And you're like, oh, great. This is what I
Yeah.
But just get ready for this, though. This is true. You said she's crawling and she's standing up. That's great. Man, when she's got an athletic father, so she's probably not going to have a problem walking. But when she like really beyond just like a couple steps, dude, just wait. Because then you think it's fast for her like crawling, getting around. You won't have any time because they'll just go from not being able to walk one day to walking to the other in the house. If you don't know where they are. I mean, I'm telling you, it's like overnight.
No, you gotta child-proof everything. We just realizing that. Putting gates up.
Yeah. You could do it. You'll be all right.
Yeah, man. I know, man.
You got sideline to sideline speed. You're okay.
Yeah, but I just hate she gotta learn because
Yeah.
my man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just
so you
wait
get
till
drafted.
they start just wait till they start really talking. When the
Oh,
girls
man,
start really
shoot.
talking, you'll have fun then.
Yeah, no, my wallet is too, I bet.
Yeah. She's already got you wrapped. Just wait until she can
Yeah.
communicate what she wants. That's really
Yeah.
the next thing is like she can
Saying
grind that
no.
stuff down. Yeah. Just get ready.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, let me know how it goes. So getting back on track, just because I'm curious about how you got to Chicago. So you
Mhm.
get drafted by the Saints. You were with the Saints for 3 years. Tell us about your time in New Orleans and what it was like getting drafted.
Yeah, man, my time in New Orleans, it was like, man, it was fun, like coming into a culture with like a bunch of great captains, DeMario, Cam Jordan, being around Jameis,
Oh
being
yeah,
around,
that's right.
yeah,
Is he as
that's
crazy and not crazy? I mean, crazy in a good way, like in person as he is on TV.
yeah, man. I feel like he's serious, but then you just like you get a glimpse of just like funny Jameis and like,
Yeah,
but his seriousness is like, all right, we're about to play the Falcons, and I'm about to be up playing a new position, like on the ball linebacker. And I'm like, all right, like let's do it, whatever. And I'm just sitting at the table eating my breakfast, not even thinking about ball. Like it's like, I'm just like doing devotion. And like Jamin comes up behind me and whispers in my ear, like, it's not on you, it's in you. And like, like in my head, I'm thinking like, wow, James is talking to me. But I'm looking back, I'm like, bro, like, why did you do that? Like, but now it's one of the funny moments, like with James, like, but nah, he was a great captain, man. Like, guys followed behind him, and he was just like, just like a fun captain, be behind, like, to work with and stuff like that. But yeah, from Derek Carr to, man, just like Eric McCoy, like we had just a great list of just captains and all, like, man, all pro, like Alvin Kamara, just going against them guys in practice. It
Yeah.
kind of just like takes your game coming in as a rookie to adjusting to the speed of the game and just like falling in straight into it.
yeah. Man, that is so funny. Did you see what Jameis said on the what are the Kelsey's brothers? I forget the name of their podcast, but did you see what he talked about with his first NFL welcome to the NFL moment?
No, what did he say? I ain't not with it.
So he was on there. This is why this guy, when you mentioned Jameis, it's like my ears perked up just because I think he's so unique. He's so funny. Like he's really,
Yeah.
really funny. He was talking to them about his welcome. I think Travis asked him, "Hey, what was your welcome to the NFL moment?" He's like, "Well, not a lot of people know this, but like my first pass in the NFL was a touchdown. It was to the other team, but it was a touchdown. It ended up in the end zone." He's just got a great way of talking and like telling. I mean, I know he's not telling jokes, but he's got great timing, and
Yeah.
it feels like he's very comfortable in his skin. Wherever he is.
Yeah, man, and it's just like you kind of just like look up to those guys that's like, man, they might have didn't have like the a perfect start to like what it was in New Orleans, but the way he stayed positive and kept carrying himself, man, it's just like, man, like he kept the humor coming, kept like the jokes, kept being himself even in like tough situation. And like you respect you respect guys like that because like they're not gonna change, man. They're just solid guys.
What was your, speaking of, I mean, this, I guess that's a great question. What was your welcome to the NFL moment?
Man, I feel like I had a couple, but
let's hear them. What are they?
Man, so like we had a special teams coach called Rizzy with Denver right now. He was with Denver, like he's with Denver now. And like his whole speech, like preseason, like no flags, and his last meeting, and the biggest meeting was like, don't take guys to the ground. Don't take guys to the ground, like on special teams,
Yeah.
like getting holding calls and stuff like that. So like my first one, like first NFL snap, me locked up with this guy, and like he takes me all the way to the ground. I kind of just pull him down with me. Like he just ran like right over me, and I pulled him down with me. And I was like, I didn't hold him. We get in the film that next Monday. He's cussing me, like he's going, like he just like, letting me have it for,
you held him,
that. Then man, I just had a couple of moments of just like pancakes by some offensive linemen. You're like, okay, like time to wake up, like in practice, like. But yeah.
Who were some of the best players? Like obviously you were a great player. You played against great players, and not just in the Sun Belt, but in obviously these other games that we're talking about the ones you remember the most. But who are some guys like you're on the field with? You're like, wow, I can't believe I'm on the same field with that guy.
Man, I had to say like Cam Jordan. He's one of them like guys been in the league for a while. Like had like a stellar year with like stats and just production. So like being on the field with him, then just going from Demario Davis to who else was it? Being here like Montez Sweat, because you like Montez Sweat, like you just hear about these guys, first rounders, like guys that just like future all pros, Hall of Famers and stuff like that. It's just like, wow, like just an accomplished feeling, like being on the same field. You take it it's an honor.
Has there been guys that like you're facing, like your opponent, you're like, that dude's lightning, like I don't know how anybody catches him, or were you still absorbing all this?
Nah, I would say, man, I feel like in the league each week it's like a different type of body style, a different type of runner. And like each week, like like when I was in New Orleans, I felt like going against Bijan, he was a different type of runner, just for like how like how shifty he was and being able to get downhill and just to start and go. And the thing, same thing with Detroit running back, he's a pretty good one too. Gibbs.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah, man. Like his I feel like he got so many different shifts, like gears he can hit, that that makes him like stand out and have making it tougher to do open field tackling on. But yeah, I'll say those two running backs is pretty good to go against.
Yeah. So how did you get to Chicago? I mean, people can look it up if they want to, but what's the story from you going from the Saints to the Bears and having the year that you did?
Yeah, so started out in New Orleans. Then Coach Dennis Allen and Coach Rizzi, I feel like they got me to New Orleans, Jeff Ireland, and like they developed me, had played there all my 3 years, and just didn't have really a lot of playing time when it came to O&D snaps, but I was mainly special teams guy for them, and carrying on. We didn't have the best season, so they let go of a coach, and it was just time for a completely new rebuild for them and new culture and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Brought in Coach Moore and Coach Staley, and it kind of just put me on the bubble when it comes to like roster stuff, and I wasn't
Yeah.
their guy type situation, and I got cut. Cut day was crazy, man. Like,
Oh, I'm sure.
yeah, man, you just laying in bed after that preseason game, like not want to do nothing. Figuring out like where we about to be at. Are we about to
Yeah.
be here?
Yeah.
You just never know. It's always just a tough day for like players.
Yeah.
But I'll say, got that text, and it's just like eating breakfast in my locker, you just stomach drops. Like, all right.
They
Throw
cut
it
you
in the
over
tr-
text?
No. They just tell you, hey, bring your iPad up. Coach wants to see you.
Oh, yeah.
And you
Yeah.
just know that's
You
the
know what it
text.
is.
Yeah. So I got that, and it was just kind of sick to your stomach, trying to figure out like, man, what's next? Like, is another team gonna want me? What I'm about to be? Like, what they're about to do? So they tried to bring me back on practice squad. And like at the time, I didn't know. Kind of wanted a new start somewhere, just to see different a little bit. And Chicago claimed me, and it was just perfect fit. Coach Dennis Allen, he left and became the defense coordinator at Chicago.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I knew his system, knew what he was needing out of linebackers, techniques and stuff like that. So it was just something where it wasn't just completely learning a new system. Came in right away, learning it, became like just special teams, making plays there. But then it just came to being able to get my first start with due to injuries that we had at playing off the ball linebacker, and kind of just like had just playing my game, using my speed, my violence, and just getting to the ball, like creating production, just flying from place to place. Like I just felt, I just felt able to play free, playing in
Yeah.
that system and things like that, not really thinking and stuff. So, got a little bit of love from, like coach getting the game ball. That was a big moment for me.
It's huge.
Yeah. And carrying over to playing Philly the next week. That was I think, was it Philly or Green Bay? But going into Philly that next week, getting a win, beating, like knocking off the Super Bowl contenders, stuff like that. Going against, just a great offense, great system, huge confidence, like, man, just like thriving in it. And play Green Bay, didn't play too well. Yeah, man.
What's the dog's name?
Gus and Gumbo, New Orleans.
Gus and Go.
Got him in New Orleans. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So being able just to get out there and play, man, it was just like what I needed. And just kept building, lost against Green Bay, but then came back versus Cleveland and had, just a great game there. And it kind of just, just set me up, and being able just to say like, all right, this guy, we know we can count on type situation, And I felt like going in the playoffs, we had more injuries, and it gave me another chance to get more reps on and like playing more defense. And I just felt like I was just that guy, just making plays back in college, being
Yeah.
comfortable in the system and just shooting my shot and just playing ball freely.
Yeah, I think that's what I was going to ask you. Like, you go from, obviously playing a lot of time on special teams, not playing as much on defense, but then like you have this spike where you just crazy crushing people. Is that a light switch moment where you feel comfortable enough to play free and hard and just like, hey, it's just like everything's in slow motion for me right now. Like I feel like this is like a video game almost. Is that
Yeah.
just years leading up to this moment to say you're trusting yourself and kind of getting over that hump? Is that what that is? Or because I mean, out of
Yeah.
nowhere, it's like 15 tags, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. I would say, man, it's just like my preparation going into the game.
Oh yeah.
Like people be like, man, what did you do? What did you change? And I think it just goes back to saying like, man, I really didn't change. Like, I just kept my same routine when it comes to the studying, when it comes to film watching, being in the weight room, recovery stuff. It wasn't just about switching the routine up. Oh, I did something different that week. It was just like, nah, trusting the process, trusting what I'm doing is perfect for me, trusting it, and then just being able to say, all right, man, like it's been this many years. We seen you grinding, and we seen like it just paying off, and like you just see like, oh, I didn't need to, like, like you don't need to change nothing. You just needed that opportunity.
Yeah.
Do you feel like when you have a game like that, that you really realize what's going on in the moment? Like you're in on a bunch of tackles or whatever it may be, or whether they're assists or solos, that like
Yeah.
you're unstoppable, or just like, or they're trying to test you or anything like that.
Nah. So man, for me, like I'll say like always that first drive is like you're just trying to get the flow of the game, see what they got going, like seeing where they trying to attack, what they trying to do, what type of plays like they're gonna come back to. I feel like in those first two drives, like they're gonna try to like find like a rhythm, a code through those. But I feel like, man, it's just like getting out there, being able just being out there, being able just to feel like the game, the speed of it all. Like it ain't like, oh, they trying to attack us. It's just like, for me, it's just, hold on, ask what you did one more time. Say it one more time with the last part.
Do you feel like they're trying to go after you, or do you feel like it's one of those situations where you're in such of the flow that that you get into the game and you're like, I'm in on every tackle, I'm going after it all, and I want to be in on like every play.
Yeah. So I don't like going into the halftime, like I don't know. Like I don't even into the game, like you don't know like how many tackles you had and stuff like that. Like I don't even pay attention to it. I'm like, I don't even know if they're gonna credit me with the tackle at the time. I'm like, all right, it is what it is. I feel like I made it, but a lot of times you don't get credited. But yeah, so like I feel like I don't feel like, certain teams try to attack you in like run game and stuff like that. And I feel like once you come downhill and you like shut it down, it's like, all right, what do we got to find now? Like, so finding that system. But nah, I feel like, man, just going into the flow of the game, like when I make that first pop up a tackle, it's like, all right, like it's just like, let's keep flowing, like let's just keep going. Like I'm in a flow state, I'll say, to where like, man, I don't get too high, get too low. I just stay in the state like, all right, it's gonna come. You don't never try to go out your way to make a play. You just be like, all right, ball, like see ball, get ball type mentality.
How hard is it to like maybe just for whatever reason on any given day, the other team's just not going your direction and feeling like it's hard to like continue to do your job, knowing that it helps your team, but it doesn't feel like you're like making the quote unquote like getting the credit and the contributions that like get recognized.
Yeah, and I feel like that just goes back to your process. The mental aspect of it is just not like, again, not trying to get too high or low on yourself, but really just trying to stay like, positive. Like I read and just try to like find like inspo books, just like staying positive in the moment of what the season, if if you're having a successful season or if you're having like a unsuccessful season and you feel like, like just really staying like connected with yourself and staying like, all right, trying to see the bigger picture rather than just seeing just you in the picture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I try to stay focused on the team success when it comes to like all that type of stuff.
So essentially a rep is a rep, whether you're in on like the play or not. It's important.
Yeah, like I feel like as a defense mentality, like everybody should be in on the play. Like everybody should be at the end of the camera when he's going down. Type of mentality. Like swarming to the ball.
Yeah. Cool.
What were those I mean, when you compare environments and what you've been through, certainly you've played in a lot of great venues, been a lot of great teams, frankly, going back to college. And I know we've already kind of talked on it at the very, very beginning of this, but playing a playoff game in Chicago, I mean, Chicago is kind of interesting how it's like the second biggest city in the country. The Bears have been around like for 1,000 years. They're one of the oldest franchises, and the Cubs, it took them 108 years to win a World Series and everything else. But we know that Bears fans are just so passionate. For them to beat the Packers at home in the playoffs where expectations were high for struggling for so long, man, what's that environment like for you? And like, where does it rank? Like a pro NFL football game in the playoffs at Chicago against the Packers. Like, where does that rank?
Man, like sitting back after the season, man, it was like I feel like it's ranked number one, like in my book, like just from in the moment, man, I don't really try to like look at things like, oh my
Right.
goodness, like try to get too hype over just a win or something like that. I just kind of look on to the next opponent, not really going back, discuss like thinking about what it was. Um, but like looking back, man, it was just a special season. I feel like a lot of our games came down to like either offense getting on the board, defensive stop, offense getting on the board, defense stop, pulling us back into the game, pulling us back into the game. So man, it was just so many games of just that feeling of like like not knowing what's coming. Just just a belief in the locker room that you felt with all the guys, even if people wasn't behind us, like we knew that we weren't accounted, we wasn't counting ourselves out type of feel. So yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel
Yeah.
like, like sitting back again, sorry, like getting through that first round of wild card, beating the Packers, man, it was just like an unreal game, having to step in, having just to get there, make plays, and just being out there and like sound of that stadium, Soldier
Yeah.
Field, like rocking, like playoff ball, like, and I feel like our fans are they were so bought, like they are like just so bought in where like you feel it, like not being able to hear out there on the field,
Mhm.
the the sound levels when you make a big hit, like you just feel everybody in tune to the game. But yeah.
Does that feel like a really intense, I know apples and oranges in a lot of respects between college and pros, but there are certain fan bases in certain areas of the country that kind of would feel like a rabid, like southeastern college football crowd, and that Chicago fan base that seems a little more extra rabid than your typical NFL.
Yeah, and I feel
Yeah.
like you just really you feel it with just like the fans outside, like man, like we have like our fans be out there waiting for us after practice to sign autographs, like for us just to sign something as we driving by, like you just feel that dedication from them. And like when we went in, like they love that to come out and support even more.
Yeah.
So I feel like when you got like with the App State family of how connected we were with just like our fan base of them just, pouring into us, and we do the same with our work ethic and trying to get wins and supporting the community. It's the same thing with Chicago, like pouring back into the community, if it's like through hospitals, schools, kids,
Yeah.
different types of like foundations, you're able to do more. But then when you're winning, like you just feel like that connection even closer of just like you know what I mean? Like that
Yeah.
just, family environment of people you can really just count on and depend on and talk with.
Yeah. Winning's awesome. Winning feels great. Winning makes everybody
Yeah.
feel great.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah. It makes everything run smoother.
Yeah. So we did see something. The Appalachian accounts kind of shared this, but you had a situation where you visited an elementary school class. Can you tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about that and the background behind what got you in that
Yeah.
situation?
So I was I just got into Chicago, living out of a hotel. My wife back in New Orleans with our like 4-month old at the
Yeah.
time. And it was just like, man, just like a sticky situation where like it was just like a hassle, but then you just hate being separated. Man, I didn't know anybody in Chicago. It's a roller coaster when you getting cut and you trying to figure out like, okay, like buying into the brotherhood here in Chicago,
Yeah.
finding like, your guys, your circle, and you just working together, like being in like, a new job type situation, finding the flow of what, how thing operates. But man, I didn't know nobody, and I just checked my mailbox and I had a letter from these kids. And it was just like, man, like just saying like, we know you're a new bear, like we love you, like just
Oh
remember
wow.
like bear down, saying the good, better, best, like I never let it rest type. And it was just like just good, like, just one of them feelings like, man, like these kids don't know me and they wrote to me personal letter to the Marco. And it just, it spoke to me, just like sat with me. I kept the note in my book bag, brought it, read it again that night. And then like
Wow.
I emailed them back. So then they started talking to me a little bit more, writing me back more and more. And then just near the end of the season, like I really, wanted to put the Facebook to all these letters that was being wrote to me. So going to the elementary school to see them, you know, it was just a great memory, great time.
Man, that's great. I love
Yeah.
that. And yeah, it was a great video. It was awesome to see. You never know like how these things originate though. Like, is it just like a PR thing? But that was a real thing that they wrote to you, and it meant something to you, obviously. And I'm
Yeah.
sure every one of those kids seeing a pro athlete, I'm sure just made their day.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. Like those kids, you know, I felt like they were great. It was great, and the teacher there, she was phenomenal with like, man, she like keeping up with like the stats and
Yeah.
stuff. They would show them on their board, you know, pictures in the room with like all like the newspaper articles with the Bears on it from history, like all like
Yeah.
way back to like even current nowadays. Like
Yeah.
you could just tell like this, like the teacher, the school, they were just really like you know, they're all about the Bears up there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's yeah, my son learned his percentages and his additions and everything from football scores.
Yeah.
You ask him what 7 plus 7 is, he can tell you in a fraction of a second. You know?
Yeah. The sevens were always the easiest multiplication table to learn.
Oh, for sure. 7 times 7. I already know that. Yeah, that's 49. I know what that is.
That's hilarious. That's funny.
Yeah, it's true though. That's how you ask him. You know, in even like percentages, like batting averages and stuff. I mean, you'll figure it out. But it's sports related. It helps him
Yeah.
learn. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really cool. So what's a Gumbo? Be quiet. What? So,
Yeah, I know, right? That's really him barking.
yeah. Well, hey, I have a tuned ear here, and I don't care about the dog, by the way. I'm just messing with you. So what's next for you? Are we still in Chicago? Or are we like what are we doing for your next step?
You know, man, I'd love to be back in Chicago, but again, it's the business side of it. About to become a free agent here in March.
Okay.
And you
Okay.
know, like just really, I don't know, like what's the case? Like hoping to hear back, you know, feedback, but from Chicago, but really just gonna, you know, test the market out and see like what's the
Oh, I got
value
you.
out there. And I feel like, man, in this game, like showing what I showed, playoff time, being like ready to go, Pittsburgh, getting thrown in there right away, not taking a single rep in practice. Oh shoot, you just starting Mike linebacker, green dot, let's go.
Yep.
So really stepping into that situation and like being prepared and like showcasing, making like, you know, when an NFC player, creating production for myself, like I feel like, you know, it set me up to be a starter in this league. So just hitting free agency, seeing where that's gonna go, what's the market out there, and just going where you know I feel a good culture and a good fit.
So yeah. So is that how that works? So I'm not as familiar with like the rules. Do you play 4 years and then you can be a free agent? How does that? Is that the timing?
Yeah.
Is this the first time you're able to be a free agent?
Yeah, this is the first time. So like in your rookie contract, you know, you're locked into like 4 years, depending on
Yeah.
like draft order.
Yeah.
But then it just kind of goes from there. Like after that 4 years, going into year 3, you're able to be released if you want to out of it, but you'll be like a restricted free agent, like undrafted
okay.
guys. And you know, it's different for everybody, but you know, but yeah, so like when year 4 hits, you finish up your contract and it says like a date, like March 9th, I think is this year.
Mhm.
But you hit the market of free agency and you kind of just figure out like, okay, like different teams are gonna throw different offers based off your production, film you got, your resume, you know?
Yeah.
So just going from there and just, you know, let my agent handle, you know, those conversations.
Yeah.
And
You don't
finding
want to
the
handle any of that. You just let him do it.
yeah, man. You know,
Let him
he's a
figure it
better
out.
fit for that. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that. Okay, so you're a free agent. So this is something that I mean, obviously you're familiar with this. This is what Keem just went through, right? When he
Yeah.
signed with the Cardinals. Has he
Cardinals.
given you any feedback with what to expect with all this?
Yeah, man. You know, I feel like it'll be like maybe like when going through this and looking at different teams, like your agent, they'll come through, give you a booklet of just different scenarios, different teams and their demands and what they need, how roster stacks up, who's the coaches there. It's just like a whole book on all the teams, give you information on where they see you in the rotation. But then it just goes on from there. Just, you know, he's telling you like it's probably gonna be about, you know, anywhere from one to 8 teams, one to whatever it is,
Yeah.
that really is desperate at, you know, not really like trying to find a linebacker. And then like you're gonna have other teams throwing out different offers for different things. So it's like you get different offers for needs of what they need in the building for that upcoming season. And then like, it could be a 3-year, 2-year, 1 year. It's all based off how they view you and things like that.
Well, I don't care where you go. I want you to go where the best fit is for you guys. That makes life easiest and best for you and your wife and your little girl. And we'll be pulling for you, really, no matter where you land, man. Whatever's best for you.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. Just
I'll keep
stay
you
out of
updated
NFC
on it,
East
man.
if you can help it.
NFC East.
So you
Man,
just
that's
stay
a
away
fact.
from it.
Stay away from it unless it's the Dallas Cowboys. You can go Dallas Cowboys and I'll get your jersey right now. But do whatever you need to do, man. But we'll be
Yeah.
pulling for you all the same.
Yeah.
Man, I appreciate it, man.
So we're
great
gonna-
talking with y'all.
Yeah, no. So we're gonna wrap up real quick. We're not gonna stop that quite
Okay.
abruptly. I just, it's just been
okay.
so much fun listening to, a guy that we've seen you play every snap you've ever played. I mean, in college, right? I mean, that's
Wow.
just we watch you from beginning to end. Whether we knew it was you on the field or not, right? When you coming in here in 2017, getting a few snaps here and there,
Yeah.
we don't really know. We saw you. We might not have known it was you as a fresh-faced redshirt freshman or sophomore, but
Yeah.
but we've seen it. We've seen every game, so we're really
Black and
proud of
gold.
you. Yeah, 100%. But Charles, I didn't want to completely turn the episode off.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Just want to say the same thing. It's all about longevity in the league, right?
Yeah.
You get you play as many years as you possibly can, and wherever that is, we're on your side 100%. We'll always root for you. So good
Yeah.
to see that you had the opportunity come about, and that's usually how that league goes. It's somebody gets hurt and you get a chance to shine, and you got to grab it when it's there. So we're just
Definitely.
really happy for you.
Nah, man, I appreciate that, man. And I know, like, you guys, your line of work, staying in tune with like the App State football, keeping that like tradition and stuff like alive, like the players and stuff like that, man. It's like for guys to go back and listen to, or it's special. And for you guys to see it and just to see the transition, it's even more special because you witness what it was and what it should be now, keeping that standard and stuff like that. So yeah, I appreciate what you guys do.
Well, we appreciate it. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
man.
And
Thanks a lot.
and shout out John Law, because I like
Yeah.
I love all these guys. Like I love talking to these former players that I'm getting to know over the years, and I know because they believe in what we do. They know that we're on their side, and whatever.
Mhm.
It just took like, hey man, I'd love D-Jack on the show. Like, what do you think? He's like, I got it. I'll throw him in there. And text
I
chat
got
with you.
it. Nah, man, it wasn't no problem, man. As soon as
Yeah.
he told me, man, I was happy to come on and talk with you guys, talk a little App State ball, walk down memory lane a little bit.
Yeah. And I wasn't even expecting any Jameis Winston stories too, and we got one, so that's pretty
Yeah.
awesome. Little icing on the cake there. But anyway, we're gonna wrap up right here. So D-Jack, stay online with us for a second here. Everybody that's listened up to this point, the Black and Gold Podcast, thank you for downloading this episode. Thank you to our sponsor, Boonshine Brewing Company, for being awesome. And until next week, go Apps.